First at 9.
Good evening and welcome to Primetime News live from the News First Centre in Colombo. I'm Madhushka Balasurya.
And I'm Shanali De Silva. Pope John Paul II and Pope John XXIII to be declared as saints next year.
More on this story from the News First International Desk, but first, let's take a look at tonight's headlines.
Headlines on News First at 9.
An earth embankment claims the lives of 2 in Modara. Petition filed in the Court of Appeal to make null and void election results in Puttalam district. The body of a principal attached to a leading school in Negombo found with lacerations. Budgetary proposals made to increase salaries of state sector employees by 10,000 rupees.
News First at
9. 2 workers who were laying water pipes in the Elia House area in Modara, Colombo, died after a mound of earth collapsed on them.
2 other workers who were injured in the accident are receiving treatment at the National Hospital in Colombo.
After the mound of earth collapsed on the workers, a rescue operation was launched. The accident occurred when maintenance work was being carried out on the water pipes of the Eli House water storage facility that is being constructed to store water supplied from Ambathale to Colombo by the National Water Supply and Drainage Board. I was injured when I tried to rescue the trapped ones. Soon after the incident occurred, News First was able to bring you live footage of the rescue operations that were underway.
3 people have been trapped under an earth embankment in the Modara area in Colombo. The Modara police said that the necessary steps have been taken to rescue the individuals.
එම අනුතුරින් 4 දෙනෙකු එම පස් කණ්ඩියට යට වී තිබෙනවා. එයින් එක් අයෙක් මේ වන විට රෝහල්ගත කර තිබෙනවා. අනිත් 3 දෙනා සෙවීමේ කටයුතු සිදු කරමින් පවතිනවා.
Several persons who were trapped under the debris were rescued and admitted to the National Hospital. However, one person succumbed to his injuries. The deceased has been identified as a 44-year-old resident of Valavaya. Furthermore, a leg of an injured individual is said to be in a critical condition. Rescue operations continued into the evening today to rescue another trapped worker. Rescue workers found the trapped worker at around 5:30 p.m. However, he had already passed away.
It's now time for Crime Watch.
The principal of a reputed college in Negombo was found collapsed inside a washroom in the school premises. The principal, who was found with laceration marks on his body, was rushed to the Negombo hospital by a group of teachers at the school. However, medical tests revealed that the principal was dead upon admission. The police is recording statements about the incident from staff members at the school. The police say that the principal had left school this morning from his house. He was an old boy of the school and he was in the school for 13 years. He worked for several years without taking a single holiday. He rendered a yeoman's service to our school and he worked with the support of everyone. He was like a father and he was a man of great respect. The principal was 60-year-old Donald Fernando, a resident of the Dalupata area in Negombo. His remains have been placed at the Negombo Hospital morgue. The cause of death is yet to be ascertained while investigations into the incident is ongoing.
The Janasatha Peramana filed a petition in the Court of Appeal today urging the court to make null and void the election results of the Puttalam district in the recently concluded Provincial Council elections.
The Elections Commissioner, Assistant Elections Commissioner, Puttalam District Returning Officer and secretaries of political parties that contested the recently concluded polls were cited as respondents in the case. The petitioner, Venerable Battaramulle Seelaratana Thera, requested court to issue a writ of certiorari annulling the results of the Puttalam district as the fundamental rights of the voters had been violated. The petitioner requested court to issue orders to the respondents to recount the ballots and reconduct the election in the district.
මේ වෙන විට නැවත ගණන් කිරීමට සූදානම් වෙනවා.
Attempts are being made to recount the votes in the district. During the recount, there may be certain discrepancies. We urge the Elections Commissioner and court to hold a fresh election in the district and ensure that there is no doubt in the minds of candidates who contested the polls.
අර සැක දුරු කරන්න කියලා මම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
Colombo Magistrate Court ordered for copies of the computer evidence pertaining to the case filed by the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption against former Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranayake be handed over to the defence.
The order was issued following a request made by the defence attorneys.
Making submissions before court today, attorneys appearing on behalf of the defence noted that they have been asked to file objections regarding the computer evidence presented by the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption against the former Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranayake. The defence pointed out that although they have been asked to file objections within 15 days, they are unaware about the relevant documents pertaining to the computer evidence. The case was taken up in court today following a motion filed by the defence.
හේතුව පරිගණක සාක්ෂි කැඳවීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් ගැටලු සහගත තත්ත්වයක් තිබුණා.
There was a problem when calling for computer evidence. The case was taken up today to resolve this problem. The defence should be aware of what documents were used when presenting computer evidence. Accordingly, the judge informed the Attorney General to provide copies of these documents to the defence. Whether we file objections or not will be decided when the case is taken up on the 14th of November.
නොවැම්බර් 14 වෙනිදාට නඩුව කැඳවන්න ලැබුවා.
Protests continue to take place to demand the leader of the UNP, Ranil Wickremesinghe, to leave.
This protest took place yesterday opposite the residence of Ranil Wickremesinghe. Steps were taken to beef up security opposite the UNP leader's house.
ඒකාධිපති වියරුවෙන් පක්ෂය වෙලාගෙන ඉන්න රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහව ගෙදර යවලා
This party is engulfed with his dictatorship. Today we make this request. Send Ranil Wickremesinghe home. Bring forward a leader who can create a UNP government and lead the party on a victorious path. The people have become agitated. He lies to the people, saying that he would vacate the leadership. But Ranil Wickremesinghe will never leave.
කියනවා මම නායකත්වයෙන් අයින් වෙනවා. නමුත් කවදාවත් නායකත්වයෙන් රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ අයින් වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
අපි කියන පුළුවන් නම් රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහට බස්නාහිර පළාත් සභාවේ තරඟ වදින්න ඔබතුමා.
We call on Ranil Wickremesinghe to contest for the Western Provincial Council. Prove your worth and talent by contesting in the elections. The UNP will emerge victorious the day after Ranil Wickremesinghe resigns.
රනිල් අයින් වෙච්ච දවසට පව්වෙන්ද එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂ දිනු.
කරුණාකරලා අපි විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා We request him to kindly step down. We call on him to hand over the reins to someone else and allow us to take the party forward.
Meanwhile, a media briefing was held in Kandy to create awareness on the protest march, calling on the UNP leader to step down.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයට අවුරුදු 5කට බැරි වුණා පාගමනක් සංවිධානය කරන්න ආණ්ඩුව පෙරලන්න.
The UNP failed to organize a protest in the last 5 years to topple the government. Unfortunately, we are launching this march to topple Ranil. If he announces on the 5th that he will step down, then on the same day, we will begin the battle against the government. Look at what happened to Shantini Kongahage. She is the leader of the Lakwanita Front. There are over 50% of females in Kandy, and we can assume that about 25% of them are UNPers. But even they haven't voted for her. This reflects her work done as the chairperson of the Lakwanita Front. These are the type of people Ranil Wickremesinghe brings into our working committee.
යම් වැටහීමක් ඇති කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න මේ වගේ අන්ධබාලයෝ තමයි රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයා අපේ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයට ගේන්නේ. ඊයේ ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා ගිරාම්බේ අනුනායක නායක ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ හමු වෙලා.
Yesterday, he met with the Anunayaka, Venerable Kirambe Ananda Thero, and requested him to stop this protest march. The Thero is a former member of the United Bhikkhu Front. You may remember that it was Ranil Wickremesinghe who rejected this organization. On the 18th of October, when we attended a meeting of the United Bhikkhu Front, Ranil Wickremesinghe suspended our party membership. When he is in a difficult position, he goes to the Anunayaka Thero and says that he is ready to engage in discussions with the members of the United Bhikkhu Front. What is his request? To stop this protest march. We will not stop this march. We will stop the march on one condition: step down from the position of leader of the UNP, and we will stop the protest the very next day.
Former Provincial Councillor Palitha Lihiniya Kumara stated yesterday that UNP activists in Minimongada had informed him to in turn inform Ranil Wickremesinghe to step down as UNP leader.
The voter base of the party has been reduced to 20%. Due to the decrease in the voter base, problems have cropped up within the party. We are now tasked with the challenge of reforming the party ahead of the Western Provincial Council polls and the steps that should be taken to take the party forward from the current state. What must we do to increase the voter base? I seek your views in this regard. My first proposal is that the leader of the party should resign. Subsequently, the people would exercise their franchise at polling booths amounting to 45%. Ranil Wickremesinghe is the biggest obstacle for people to rally around the party. He has to leave. There is no question about that.
We cannot move forward with a leader who does not have a backbone. You are well aware the way in which we engaged in politics. We need a leader who could understand the pulse of the party supporters and who walks the talk.
It is evident that he wants to remain as a party leader for the rest of his life. Who will change this? Views were expressed by all of you about the party leadership. We can now take a decision based on the views you all expressed. This is a view of the majority. However, I think no one should be removed from the party at this point. I will ensure that the views that were expressed will be communicated to the top brass of the party.
The Trade Union Coordinating Centre has requested the government to increase the salaries of public workers by 10,000 rupees through this year's budget. The centre states that 21 budget proposals, including a request for a salary hike, have been forwarded to the Finance Ministry.
The steering committee of the Trade Union Coordinating Centre, which consists of nearly 350 trade unions, convened a media briefing in Colombo today. Here, the centre informed the media about its budget proposals. We have submitted 2 definite proposals regarding salaries. A request has been made to increase salaries of state employees by 10,000 rupees, while a request has also been made to grant an allowance of 5,000 rupees as relief through the budget to private sector and estate workers. The minimum salary in the state service is 20,000 rupees, inclusive of all allowances. Various allowances were increased on numerous occasions instead of increasing the basic salary. Therefore, among the 21 proposals, we have included a request to add these allowances to the basic salary. We did not submit these proposals with complete faith that the government would make a positive intervention through the budget. This is because the government may repeat the same lies. If justice is not done through the budget for these requests, then you cannot prevent a serious industrial crisis from taking place in the country.